thrills, chills, nunchucks, all that and more. Stay tuned. Hey guys, and welcome back to another edition of Game Store Grabs, where I go to the video game store, get some collectibles, some video games, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I share them with you. You get your input. If any of these bring back some memories, jog some good vibes here, let me know. Or if you downright hate them, just tell me in the comments. Either way, I pick up what I see, and we're going to start with the first game, and that's, ladies and gentlemen, I have Balls. That's Balls 3D. I remember this game, not fondly, but I do remember the game existed, and I remember it being a lot of fun. So I wanted to pick it up when I seen it, not just because of the funny things I could use with the title, be, oh, I got balls, but because it was a game that had some enjoyment behind it. It was something that you would play for a good bit of time and wouldn't really necessarily get tired of it. Now, this is all going by memory and recalling, so I could be way off, and feel free to let me know. Now, when I was a kid, I would always go for wrestling games. Huge wrestling fan back in the day. Not so much anymore, but anytime I find a wrestling game, I have to pick it up. We're talking WWE Attitude. Now, I remember when it was coming out, I was so thrilled to see that they had entrances. Like that was like, they didn't have a whole lot of wrestling games where they would announce the wrestler coming down the aisle and they would have their own personality. It sounds dorky, geeky, but I thought it was a cool addition. And I would get on the internet and I would research it and see all of the entrances before this game came out. So I'm definitely digging this pickup. Moving on to the next one. I almost didn't get this game because I knew nothing about it. Now, some of you may have heard of this game before. It's a Nintendo game. It is Little Nemo Dream Master. Now, the reason I picked this up, because it was a $12 game. Now, that's a little unheard of for some NES game I've never heard of before. The reason I picked it up is because I looked up videos on YouTube that showed the gameplay, and it looked like something decent. It almost kind of gave me that feeling of like Dream Master, or Dream Warrior rather, where you're inside your own mind and you're getting to interact as if you're in the dream state. So I'm going to definitely pick this or play this. I picked it up for that reason and display it along with my ever-growing NES collection. Now we're moving on to some more familiar territory. We're going to go with the PlayStation 2 game, Final Fantasy XII. Now, this game was discounted. It was actually priced at $5. Now, later on, I looked into it, and it actually was worth about $6 or $7. But so it wasn't any crazy decrease in price. But when I seen it, knowing it's Final Fantasy, anytime you get a $5 Final Fantasy game, it's worth a pickup. And that's what I did. This one, I cannot go on and tell you a bit about this, because other than a couple Final Fantasy games, I was never big into getting all of them. Obviously, things have changed, and I'm starting to diversify what I'm going after. And I'm getting games that I wasn't getting before, but mainly for purposes of owning them and giving them another shot. And in some cases, finding those hidden gems along with my NES, my PlayStation, PS2 collection. But this is definitely one to add to that PS2 collection. Final game for my game store grabs today is Stuntman Ignition. Now, I own Stuntman. I did not own Stuntman Ignition. Now, I remember when the game came out, I was super excited for the first one. It just seemed like a cool, a really, really cool concept. where you're a stuntman in a film, and you're tasked with doing whatever stunt they need, automobile related. I can't remember if it was anything other than automobile related, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But I have Stuntman. Figured I'd get Stuntman Ignition. It wasn't bad priced, $5.75. So, I mean, you can't really go wrong with a $5 game. So that's all I got for you for this week, at least. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like, thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more. I'm trying to post at least one game store grab every single week, along with some other videos that are on my channel. Started to dabble a little bit in the VR, some reaction VR gameplay too. If you want to check it out, please feel free to look. See you next time.